Yeah, I totally get that. And if we need to get 10, hey, they're just going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to get 10 of them. Yeah, whoa! What in the world? Yeah, you still there? Yeah, somebody tried to unalive me right here at the office. Contrary to popular belief, most people don't stop concealed carrying because of danger. They actually stop for a completely different reason. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, my name is Anthony, and here we talk about all things preparedness, training, and education. And today we are talking concealed carry, specifically why many people stop carrying altogether. And you're going to want to stick with me till the end of this video, because I'm going to give you two very important principles that you can apply to your concealed carry lifestyle right now that will help you avoid the major pitfall that we're talking about: not carrying your gun altogether. So you would think people stop carrying their gun because of laws or possibly lack of training, or maybe because they just don't care. But none of those are true. My personal experience over the last 15 years is people stop carrying because it starts to feel like a problem. At first, people are very motivated. You know how it goes. You get the gun, you get the holster, the belt, the whole setup, and you kind of get all excited, and then real life starts happening. And that's where discomfort starts showing up. Those small little holster adjustments start turning into constant adjustments. And then awareness, like you know something's there, it starts turning into a distraction. And before you know it, you're paying much more attention to your concealed carry setup than you actually should be or actually need to be. And by the way, if you want a more in-depth, complete guide to comfortable real-world concealed carry, I'm going to put a link down in the description below for that, and then I'll also pin that link in the first comment for you to get that guide. So then what happens? Well, you start making small decisions. You start thinking right before you leave the house, I'll just leave it home this time. Or I'm just going out for a second, I really don't need it. Or, yeah, I just don't need it today. And that is where everything starts to connect in your brain, not in a good way. Because comfort equals consistency of carry. The more comfortable you are, the more consistent you will be, both carrying your gun and training with your gun. As a firearms professional, I've seen this over and over with the students that I've trained. I've seen it over and over with the thousands of people I've helped learn how to conceal carry properly. And the one thing that has become clear to me, it's not a lack of knowledge. It's good old-fashioned friction. You just can't get comfortable to continue on in daily life. All right, so how do we fix this problem, or how do we avoid it altogether? Those two principles I told you about that I was going to give to you, the first is not chasing form over function. And what do I mean by form over function? Well, many people in the tactical world, especially on YouTube, they're going to chase what looks cool or what their favorite tactical guy or tactical girl tells them to buy, and they're going to end up with something that looks like this, which looks really cool, but it doesn't function like this, which doesn't look as cool. And so form over function is, don't go and chase the dream of being the tactical cool guy when that doesn't fit into your lifestyle, it doesn't fit your clothing choice, and it doesn't function the way you need it to function so that you can carry every day, all day. And so that's principle number one. Principle number two is start thinking systems versus setup. Don't think about a concealed carry setup as much as you start training your brain and your body to think concealed carry system. In other words, you want to work backwards. If you want to be in a t-shirt and shorts all day and you want to conceal comfortably, then you don't want to start out with something that someone in military fatigues would go out and purchase, or someone who is on duty as a law enforcement officer or a military person would carry. And so you don't want to think in terms of the setup, you want to think in terms of the system, and that takes working backwards from the position that you want to be in. And so a lot of times the setup mind starts thinking, well, I want to carry a Glock 19 and I want an optic and I want suppressor height sights and I want a light and I want all these bells and whistles that go on the gun, as opposed to thinking, hey, I want something concealed carry wise that is small, compact, does have a little bit of the advantage of technology, but has nice rounded edges and fits my body, fits my profile, and is comfortable, that I can actually carry all day in shorts and a t-shirt. And so start thinking backwards and start thinking system over setup. And so when you start thinking that way, you'll start logically working your way backwards from the end result being comfortable all day carry. And you'll start assessing your firearm that way. You'll start assessing your clothing choices that way. You'll start assessing your holster setups that way. And you'll realize that you're going to need a system as opposed to just one setup. You may need several holsters. You may need 2 different guns. For instance, if you live in a hot climate during the summer but a cold climate during the winter, you may need to carry a smaller gun with a smaller system, concealed carry system, in the summertime, as opposed to you can get away with carrying a larger gun with a more bulky system during the winter months where you live. And so that's just one example, but those are the 2 principles that you want to start training your mind to think about, and that'll help you as you move forward to stop chasing the dream out there that some people pitch to you and start chasing reality. And how can I consistently carry each and every day to defend myself and to defend the life of those that I love? And that's where the rubber meets the road, because comfort truly dictates consistency of carry. You see, the goal of concealed carry is not just to carry a gun, but the true goal is to carry it in a way that it just fits into real life. So at the end of the day, it's not about what you think you can carry, it's about what you actually will carry. As always, I want to thank you for making the choice to defend yourself and those you love. Thank you for watching this video, and God bless you and yours. Yeah, I totally get that. And if we need to get 10, hey, they're just going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to get 10 of them. Yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa! What in the world? Yeah, you still there? Yeah, somebody tried to unalive me right here at the office.